Okay, so what is it that you're wanting to do?
It's a good question. So, I guess I would say I track every match I play in quick play, and I only play quick play. um, and like I notice in general, my win loss is like pretty low. Like I actually struggle to break like a 1.0 win loss a lot of the time. I don't know if that's just like ineffective damage for like targeting components or some other positioning issue. I tend to do pretty well with match score, but win loss is definitely something I struggle with in quick play. So that's one thing.
Okay. Well, so not really competitive playing, but more QP playing and more focused on how to get the dubs. Your damage is there, and that's the thing. I just play with you a bit, and I've noticed that your damage is there. It's not the damage that you're looking for. It's how do I bring in the wins? So if you want to throw up a stream, you could do 1080, 60 or 30 frames. Go for it.
I will do whatever it lets me do. All right, looks like we're stuck with 720.
All right,
Can you see okay?
gotcha. Yep.
Sweet. I'm gonna start with just Griffin. It's I'll show the build. It's just a snub MRM10.
So
Max out
with
4
a build
JJs.
like this, you're really going to want to focus on sticking with your team and like pop tarting over your team and pop tarting around your team and pushing with your team. That and literally focusing on CTs on every mech. This mech is a little harder to focus CTs because the MRMs are sandblasters. The stub nose PPCs, they spread damage. So you're going to be opening up. It's not like pinpoint damage, you know. But let's give it a shot and see how it goes.
Yeah, this is probably also maybe just something I need to play different mechs instead of just playing like Sandblaster, splash
There
damage,
are
like stubs.
definitely mechs that are carry mechs and mechs that are farming mechs. Like you could think of my Hatamoto, for example. All the damage it's doing is going to one component. Laser vomit builds are extremely precise. The Daka Sun Spider is extremely precise if you have the aim for it.
Yeah, I probably play like the Sunspider D the most out of any other mech.
It's
So
really
keep
strong
that one
mech.
next. Yeah, I usually don't find that I have like issues farming, but again, like my win loss I think in the Sunspider D is like 1.3, but like I think my average damage is like 880 or something like that. So it's something. Can also try doing like some laser vomit maybe as well, like a Timmy or something. I think it's actually like my worst performer. Like I have like a point 0.4 or something.
With the Timby? Eat Canyon says eat clans. Eat clans. Typical. I can't say typical Marine. Okay, we're just gonna stop there. If skill slash damage is not the issue, would comms not be the most win condition item in quick play? I mean, kind of. Comms is mostly just like CT on X, CT on Y, go left instead of right, sort of thing. But you don't need to communicate at all whatsoever, and you'll still win matches if you're playing it properly. That said, there are matches that you're just straight up not going to be able to win. Like, it's just not going to happen. Override enabled. I like it.
I do play at 3.2k DPI, so you'll probably hate that.
Depends on your aim, man. If you can make it work. The benefit of high DPI is that you can do really insane flicks, and it makes it really easy to dab. It's like torso twist and stuff. But the bad thing about high DPI is that it's harder to be precise. can be harder to be precise.
Yeah, I think I definitely do struggle when it's like, crazy in the moment battle stuff. So
Is a Hellbringer gone off in his own, or is he just DC'd or something?
ER larges and PBCs.
The other thing to focus on is you can either make a conscious decision to go CT or go for side torsos. If you go for side torsos, there's a good chance mechs are going to be XL. God, that is a bright mech. I personally will go for side torsos.
Awesome color.
I love the summoner, yeah.
Are those colors you can use? Like you can buy them?
Yeah, it's on the platinum build. Skin.
It looks like your team's a little held up right now. You just got to kind of chill.
Right.
We're letting those two guys in the back bottle us up. What's going on with the other side?
I see something coming in from D4.
Let them come in.
I saw two heavy large. I saw larges or something, or large heavies. I'm like, oh yeah. Or is that our Hellbringer, is it? That's our Hellbringer.
Yeah, Charlie, three guys, except he's alone back there.
Wait for them to get closer, so they're going to get impatient.
Yeah, don't trade unless you can go long range with them. Bravo's moving in. Let him come in. Also, Echo 5, you got two, at least. Alpha and something else.
Gonna loop around. Go back up.
Okay, our guy in the back,
Yeah.
he can handle
So it
himself.
looks like your team's pushing up.
Got Charlie on him.
He's gonna be very hot. Come over towards us, Hellbringer. There's two on you now, Hellbringer. Move towards us. There's almost a lamp back here, Charlie 3. No dog,
Oh, my bad.
no dog squirt. He dies, he's on fault really. There's a summoner back. Summoner. Summoner's good. Kill them, yeah, push them.
Okay, that's our guy. Centurion's in the midst of a hotel.
He's on, don't shoot me. Got him. So people hold the front there and we can kill the rest of them. Get
Gamma.
on that UAV. Get on the UAV, somebody. There's a UAV above us. Keep it down. Very important.
a little out of position.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it play out here.
And then Echo, Cicada.
We can hold around here because they're going to start pushing us now. We're going to hold around this area because our turn left.
Don't turn around. Finish Echo if you can. Oh, there's someone else over there.
I shift to C4, it says. Shift to C4. On the flames, can't enough.
Delta 3.
Okay, so is there anything that you would self-identify went wrong?
Yeah, definitely. As you mentioned in the beginning, wait for team. I definitely went off to the side, like I go 5 low ahead of it.
All right, so that was my one. Go ahead, next.
I'll let you give the next one.
Okay.
Behind you, Muppet.
Yep, target Bravo.
So basically, making sure that you're with the team and you're playing around your team. Your team kind of pushed up. If my team is feeling a little cautious like that, I'm gonna like take the lead and say like, "Hey guys, let's push. Let's push this one side here. Let's push this one side there," and then I'll play with them and we'll do that push. The team was kind of apprehensive, and then you just kind of went off on a flank. And then when you're retreating, you kind of got turbo dumpstered. The second thing is that, again, in this instance, you're playing a mech that has a cone of fire, and you're not really aiming for anything because you're relying on the spray, and you might be thinking, I got a red hit marker, so I got a hit, when in reality it could be like one straight missile got a hit. So it's not very accurate. I don't think this mech necessarily be a great mech for like carrying wins. Personally, you're gonna want something with like high DPS, like like a Hatamoto, like a Sun Spider, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
Timby can do it. So let's give that a shot. Something like that with maybe like a laser vomit or just something else that you feel like you'd like to play. The Sun Spider, I know you said that you enjoy playing.
yeah. Well, let's go for Sunspider.
Yeah, I think that was like an exceptionally bad example of me just pushing way too far up and not paying
No,
attention.
it's
I think Jimmy said in
fine,
the chat,
bro.
like,
I've done this shit so many times. Where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pop off over here, and then like you get fucking bonked, and you're just like, never fucking mind.
No, but it's like a good point, right? Like thematically, I definitely do that where I
Yep.
love to be aggressive and I'll just fucking go and it's like, oh, red
I
teams.
personally have that same issue as well, where I just like want to go, and I end up being too aggressive, and I end up getting myself fucked. That's something that I struggle with and I work on in quick play. In comp, it's different because in comp, like I'm like settled in on the match and getting the match win. So on this match, let's try to focus a little bit more on where your team is and playing around your team. So try to keep an eye on the minimap a little bit more and go from there. How long have you been playing Mech Warrior?
I think like on and off for like 3 years or so, but I
That's
had
cool.
like a laptop before, so it was like really, really bad frames and didn't really like, take it any serious because I couldn't like play very well. So recently just got a new PC and it's actually pretty good. So I feel like I should probably try and actually get good instead of just like, you know, casual like 20 FPS gamer.
Hmm.
Another thing I think too is like I don't know good spots on most maps. Like you sometimes see people on like this one. I think it's like Golf 9 or something. People will go up to like Overwatch, but like I think I struggle with like adapting if like let's say I want to take like high ground for example on polar like if I get charged like Golf 9 like I'll feel like I don't really know where to go after that, whether it's like you just death ball with the team or like is there another high ground position you take or do you try and defend that high ground position.
I think generally speaking, you're going to want to stick with the team. You want to be intermixed with the team most of the time. I feel like it's less about picking a position and then like saying this is my spot, because the battlefield can be more rotato potato and you need to be fluid with that rotato potato.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal. Override engage.
When you shoot this, are you just clicking as fast as you can?
I usually try to like double click, but pretty close to as quickly as I can click.
So there's kind of a cadence with UX that you can do. It's kind of a bit more advanced, and you would need to go into testing grounds for like 30 minutes to practice it. But essentially, what it is that you shoot and you wait till you're at the end of the cycle, and then you click again and you hold it. And what that's going to do is it's going to fire once, it's going to go to the end of the cycle, and that's when you click the second time, it's going to fire the second time. And since you're holding the mouse down, once it resets, it's going to automatically fire the third time. So it's going to be like boom, 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 boom. So you end up
I don't
going
remember
from
that.
2 shots to like two. You end up going to like boom, 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 like really fast. Where does it look like your team's going? What are they doing? They still just trying to get situated? What are you thinking?
I'm probably thinking they're a little slow, but probably going like India 9, Hotel 9, peek up on the hill and see which way to go next. Typically, I think we do like the Hotel 8 NASCAR roll, but we'll see. In a normal match, I would probably go up to like Hotel 8 here and maybe look at, you know, like look from here. Or
This cover's pretty good.
Target acquired.
Rifleman just joined that Vulcan.
So something else you can do if you see your team's a little spread like this, you can key up and say, "Hey guys, let's group up Indigo 9 and push Indigo 8 or something, or let's group up and make a push on this side." Give them little nudges like
Light
suggestions.
in the 11.
New target acquired.
Because it's one thing that I'll do is I'll occasionally tap the minimap button, to take a peek at where people are at and where they're moving towards. So you got 3 or 4 people off in Zimbabwe fighting a battle on their own.
2 lights moving from Hotel 12 towards Golf 11.
New target acquired.
Yeah, and this is a lot of dead time for me to
Hotel
have dropped
12.
down and now go all the way back.
Yep.
New target acquired. Target acquired. New target
Most of their
acquired.
team's over.
Yeah, the lights just dropping already
New target
zones.
acquired.
They're far back, Golf 11, Golf 10.
New target acquired. Artillery strike online.
Light Hotel 10.
New target acquired.
Yeah, this is a good example of like, do I flank? Do I try to get more range from like Hotel 9?
Well, where's your team at?
Yeah, they're mostly back in like Hotel 10, so I should probably go all the way back around that way.
Fight with your team. Typically speaking, you want to keep the high ground and you want to be with your team. As soon as you drop down low, you're giving up an advantage.
Artillery strike online.
There you go. Now you're with your team, you're fighting with the team.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Is your team over here?
Now I feel terrible.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So with that, I felt like you were so hyper focused on moving around. In reality, where you were at that first high spot is where you could have just chilled. You didn't have to be moving around the whole time. You could have just went up there. You could have chilled and just kind of, slowly moved around with your team. You didn't have to like hold down W or hold down S. Like when you first came up to the top and your team was with you there, you could have just stayed there and just sat there and just kind of wiggled, S W S W S W, kind of jiggled and just start, rolling that left mouse button. I think that would have been fine.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed is it seemed like your aim was a bit jerky, but it's kind of harder to tell because it's DACA and it's not like laser vomit, right? Because are you trying to lead the target or are you just being jerky? So
Yeah, this is brutal too, because I feel like if you don't get good lines on like their team and you're just repositioning, you can't really like do much. So I feel like I just wasted a lot of time, like you said, going back and forth.
yep. If you had been set, because you saw where the enemy team was, like keep checking the mini map, keep checking the big map. You see where the enemy team is pushing in. So that should tell you like I need to be able to see this push, so I can like shut down this push. Because one DACA mech honestly can scare mechs into just not wanting to even push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess like waiting for the first team action or the enemy team action before like just taking off and going like Hotel 9 side or something would make more sense.
Give it another shot, and this time really try and chain yourself. So you're either gonna do two things. You're gonna chain yourself with your team, or you're gonna predict where the enemy team is gonna push, and you're gonna be in a spot where you can farm them while they're doing that. And ideally, if you want to win, in my personal opinion, it's going to be a combination of both of where you're with your team and you're anticipating where the enemy is going to be or where they're going to wrap around. So you're in an opportunistic location to just pump. Personally, this is a terrible map for me. Do you have a 10 key?
You mean like a numpad or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a numpad.
So when you start this game, press 8 on your numpad and just walk with the team.
Oh, is that like the default walk? Yeah, I think I rebound it. I think
It's like 80%.
I got the
It
yeah, I've
slows
got a
it
key
down.
system.
It's like 80%.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal. Override engaged.
I want to say night vision is good for DACA, and I believe this map is also good for night vision.
I actually never used night vision on this map before.
Works decent when you're zoomed in. But you shouldn't get the muzzle flash, I want to say.
Artillery strike online.
It's a trick from Carbon.
Missiles on Alpha.
Do you happen to check who was on your team and who was on the enemy team?
I didn't check enemy. I saw we had some clutch guys on our team.
Okay. And thermal's also amazing on this map. Everything just lights up like a Christmas tree.
New target acquired.
Just trying not to clump up so much.
That's spooky. It's like caustic.
Mechs need to shoot a little bit for that to get going. So I feel like where you were at before was a good spot. You're just always holding down A or S, like full speed. You don't always necessarily need to do that. Like just turn on your thermal and just kind of peek over the top of that ridge. And just start going to town on people.
Acquired.
Yeah, I'm not used to thermals.
No, you're good. So your team is still mostly grouped up, so you're good. You're playing with them.
Yeah, it's a very static game.
Watch your backs.
Yeah, they might be rapid box 6 a couple, so y'all blow.
Looks like the team might, the hostile team might be going Hotel 7 possibly.
Wrapping around
New
somewhere.
target acquired.
You're still in a really good spot to sit chilling.
They are wrapping around.
I jump off as you say.
No,
Stay.
it's fine. It's fine. Just stay with them.
Alright, let's turn around and go meet them.
Probably move up to that rifleman.
Target acquired. Target spotted. Target destroyed.
Use that little hill as cover and just start pumping. Yeah, it'll protect your legs. Your legs are shaved, right?
A little bit, yeah.
You got smooth legs.
Acquired.
Check the mini map real quick. The big map,
That
if
looks
you
like a
can.
couple Echo 6.
It seems like you're with 1, 2, 3, 4. You're part of 5. 2 down, but that's good. You're gonna take him down.
Target acquired.
Target Foxtrot.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
DC.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. Need assistance. Critical damage. New target acquired.
Like I was using racks and he already shot a bunch. That means his rack is super hot and or it's broken, and now's the time you want to shoot him. He's dead. Oh, never mind. They just didn't kill him.
Acquired. Target spotted. Target destroyed.
Nice push, guy.
Yeah, pretty stumpy.
It's not bad. Do you have that mech speed tweaked?
Yeah, it is tweaked.
Okay, I would take that off. It's
I
not
think
doing you any
actually-
favors. I think it's making it worse for you.
It probably is, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're always trying to move around, and it's like you're in a good spot. Just chill and just keep using those high mounts. Come up, look, take some shots, play around your team. Come up, look, take some shots, play around your team. Focus on shooting the bigger targets and not shooting, the rats per se. It's a little harder to hit rats with DACA. You were able to hit many of the shots.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like not advancing when I don't need to. I'm trying to think, sorry. I think that's definitely a big one, because I do use speed to like compensate for like not taking a position I feel is good, but in that case I like didn't need to move up. And then I didn't move up when I probably could have moved earlier.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just something you just have to practice. So I would focus more on being with the team and working with the team and predicting where the enemy's going to go so that you're in the most advantageous position. And then keeping the high ground and being able to put damage out. You were able to do it, you're catching on there in that other match, the last match. Just for kind of shits and giggles, I want to check something. Can you... Let's hop in the lobby and use a trial. I think it's a trial. Let's check it. Trial clan assault. Ear medium LPL. Yeah, let's do that.
This guy?
It should be trial mech. Clan assault. It's a Marauder 2C.
Yeah, okay.
And just focus on going for one of my side torsos. Whichever one you prefer, focus on only hitting that.
Okay.
What's up, Blade?
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Command to all warriors on the surface. Your task is to wipe away all hostiles. Show no mercy.
I think I've been here like twice. Should I just go ramp?
You can go ramp. Yep.
Or should I just not be
Override
telling?
engaged. Target acquired.
What was left arm and left torso?
Left arm critical damage. Heat level critical. Destroyed. Left arm destroyed.
You got my arm.
Left torso critical damage. level critical. Heat shield destroyed. Left torso destroyed. Target destroyed.
The hostiles aren't eradicated.
So it wasn't bad.
The glory of our
You
triumph.
were hitting my side torso with your first shot, but you definitely took the arm off first.
Yeah, that whole first burn was completely arm I saw.
So do you feel like you were able to easily hold the burn on one component, or was it jittery?
Probably somewhere in between. It didn't feel that bad, but to be honest, I don't really play laser bomb it, so.
Okay. So the thing with lasers is that burn is going, and so it really requires that you hold the burn on the component you want. So you get like the precision. Let's try it again, but let's not go up the ramp. Just go to your
Yeah.
right and then go in.
Okay. I also
Let's-
noticed that I W'd all the way into you.
You
without
did.
hit.
You held W and you touched me. So yes.
Reactor online.
So I'm going right.
Sensors online.
Go right
Weapons
and then
online.
turn left and walk in the middle.
All systems nominal.
Command to all warriors on the surface. Your task is to wipe away all hostiles. Show no mercy.
Override engaged.
This time, try to only hit my center torso.
Okay.
Try to just pure CT burn me.
Target acquired.
But I twist off or no?
Huh? You can do whatever you want.
Target
Hostiles aren't
destroyed.
eradicated.
That actually a
Not
headshot.
stare at you, I guess.
Oh no! Oh, let's do that again one more time. I'm
You
sorry.
gotta dial it back for me, man.
I'm sorry. That is unfortunate. Oh man.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal. Override engaged.
Command to all warriors on the surface. Your
I'm
task
utilizing
is to wipe
100%
away
power this
all
time, but I will not headshot you.
Show no mercy.
Try to see me and get that CT burn off as soon as possible, and then roll the damage.
Okay.
Make sure your override's off.
Oh, right off?
Sorry, on. My
Okay,
bad.
okay, okay.
You know what I mean, sorry.
Target acquired. critical. Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Override shutdown. Heat level critical. Override shutdown. Left torso critical damage. Center torso critical damage.
Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna cook here.
Target destroyed.
Eradicated. Bask in the glory of your
So I was not moving at all. I was staring at you. And you were left torso and CT. Like, it's not
Yeah.
bad. You almost didn't hit my right torso at all.
Yeah, I think I'm like pulling the shot too early. Like I feel like I'm hitting like half of the burn and then twisting like too early maybe? I don't know.
Hmm.
I honestly have no idea.
We'll just focus on, the perfect aim sort of thing. That's something just curious to see, like, some people when they do that, like, you look at the damage spread on my mech and it's all everywhere. It's all my legs, it's all my arms, it's all the torsos, and it's like, okay, you need to dial back the aim because you're everywhere. You're not even like hitting just the component you want. I try to go for one torso on you, and then I try to go for the other torso, and then I try to go for CT. Like, that was what I was working on aiming to hit. So this time, just try and take one of my torsos off, and then try to move to the other torso.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
Should I be like twisting or
Weapons
moving?
Yeah,
Should
you
I
can
be
do it.
stitching
Go
or-
for it.
Okay.
You play how you want to
All
play.
systems nominal.
Command to all warriors on the surface. Your task is to wipe away all hostiles. Show no mercy.
Override engaged. Target acquired. Heat level critical. Right torso critical damage. Heat level critical. Heat destroyed.
There you go.
Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed. Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Override shutdown.
I've disarmed you.
Heat level critical. Override shutdown.
Can you pause for a sec?
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I know where the side torso hitbox is.
Oh, do you
I'm
have the
gonna
website?
test- I haven't looked at that, but let me tell you. Yeah, that's arm. Okay, yeah.
Left torso
I gotta go
critical
like all the way over
damage.
there. Okay. Finish me.
Heat sink destroyed.
You aim like at the hump in the back, or are you going like
Target
towards the front more?
For CT, it's easier to aim for the hump in the back. For the side torsos, it's probably also easy to aim for the hump.
Okay.
Like, obviously, if someone's far away and you're outside of optimal, aiming's less important than when, like, they're really close and you need to make the entire shot count. You give it one more shot.
When do you usually like twist? Like if you're doing a burn, do you shoot like the full burn and don't twist until you've done the full burn,
I
or
will
do you
let. I
like?
want to get all the damage off, unless I've got 80% of my burn off. Something like that, and you just started. And there's other
Okay.
things you can do to really fuck with people. Like you can bait a shot with just like one laser, and they'll start to roll it.
Yeah.
Or if they're rolling, you can use one laser to bait them into thinking you've burned, and then they'll stare at you and you hit them with the full blast.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Like there's some mind games behind it.
All systems nominal. Override
Command
engaged.
to all warriors on the surface. Your task is to wipe away all hostiles. Show no mercy.
Mind you, like, don't worry about trying to beat me. Worry about focusing on your aim and where your damage is going.
Target acquired. Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Left cursor critical damage. Left arm critical damage. Heatsink destroyed. Left torso destroyed. Left arm destroyed. Target destroyed.
Eradicated. Bask in the glory.
That was better. I mean, you were trying to go from a right torso, and then you switched to the left.
Yeah. I guess that was another question too. Like, would you still try and look for that same first torso you shot?
You
at, or
have
would
to.
you just switch?
So in a
You have
1v1,
to.
you kind of have to, right? Because as soon as you switch, and if I don't switch, you lost technically. You kind of have to stick to it. It's trickier, but I feel like you're definitely would be able to hold a burn. Like I wouldn't say your DPI is bad or off. So when you're playing QP, just focus more on where your team's at, what your team's doing, using Q to look at their health to see, like, say if you have like three guys in front of you and you're like, oh, I'm fine here, and then you hold Q and they're all 30%, and you're just like, oh wait, all these guys are fucked, right? So maybe I need to like back off or move to the rest of my team or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was surprised when we did the first one where I just like autopilot W'd into you. That was pretty insane. So,
Like I do that shit. Like I wouldn't worry
Yeah.
about that. But give that a shot, and that's what we would like to call macro play, and that's something that I feel like most people struggle with. There are people that are really good with their micro play, which is like aiming. They're like really good at aiming, but then they're absolute dog shit at reading a battlefield. And you have some people that are really good at macro play, but they're shit at aiming. So they're like, oh yeah, I can farm a ton of damage in QP all the time. Well, because their macro play is good. They know where to be and where the team's rotating and how to pull the wins out. But then if you run into them where you're trading against them, you're going to dumpster them because their aim is all over the place and they can't actually aim very well. And the only way to get better at macro play is just to look at the mini map more often. Press B, open up the map, see where the enemies go, and you'll start to notice that they're patterns. If people are here, they tend to go there. If they go there, then I want to be here. Where's my team in relation to that? Are they in the low ground, death canyon on canyon? If they're in the low ground, death canyon, hey guys, we need to push past this spot. This is a bad spot. We will always die here. Stuff like that. And that just takes time. That's not something that's like gonna happen tonight. You being able to open the minimap and to stick with your team and to press Q and scan over your allies every so often is something you can start doing, but it's gonna take some time. Hopefully that helps.
Thanks.
Yeah. But I think your aim's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You just gotta slow the roll. Take speed tweak off that mech.
Yeah, I think I excel and speed tweak like everything I own, so I probably should stop and not use it as a handicap.
Yep. Yeah, speed tweak can be good, but it can also be bad. Sometimes you don't need to go fast. A lot of times when I'm playing a flea, I'll like literally get up and go get water at the start of the match when I'm not streaming, because it slows me down, because I want to go to the front and I want to start farming as soon as possible. Except when I do that, I'm the only mech in the front. So there's 12 mechs staring at me, and I can juke 2, 3, 4 people, but I'm not going to juke 12. One of them's going to inadvertently hit me, and then now I'm taking I'm giving 10 damage, and I'm taking 50. I'm giving 10 damage, I'm taking 50. And that's the other thing you can think about when you're taking trades and you're peeking. You want to kind of like slice the pie, right? Don't peek into the entire enemy team. Peek enough that you see one enemy and you're shooting that one enemy, and then you come back into cover. Peek out, hit that one enemy. Okay, he's dead. Peek out a little more, and now you're shooting. You see two people, but they're not shooting you. You pump one guy. Focus that one person down. Like if you want to win QP matches, pick one person and victimize that one person and kill them. Fuck their mech up. Don't just shoot, necessarily. I mean, it's fine if you have nothing else to shoot. Shoot something else, but try and pick one mech and lock him and be like, that's the guy that if I see him, I'm always going to try and shoot that one mech. Because you're going to put damage on him and he's going to get fucked up quick.
Yeah, I definitely do switch targets a lot, and just like switching torsos, like I think I probably should focus on something instead of just like jumping around. So
and that's going to give you big damage matches, but it's not beneficial damage. Like the best match you could have is probably like 300 damage and 12 headshots. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. It's like efficient damage, yeah.
Yeah. Efficient damage. Uh-huh. So yeah. I appreciate. Hopefully this helps a bit and you can use it.
Yeah, this is really good, even just to like be aware of my own movement and like where I'm focusing on aiming and stuff. So thank you.
Yep. And some of like the positioning stuff, you'll just like, I struggle with that too. I'm like, I really don't know where to go. And then you end up in some weird spot and you die. And it's like, you just learn that from fucking up and dying and fucking up and dying and fucking up and dying. And then you're like, oh wait, I went here before and it fucking didn't work at all. So you know not to do that, and this you'll eventually just learn. So give those things a shot. Try to make a conscious effort to give them a shot every match, and yeah, give it a couple days, give it a week.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Do you recommend like a specific like build or mech for like
that
aim
Sun Spider
improvement?
can for aim improvement? Any laser vomit,
like vomit or laser vomit. Okay.
Yeah. Any Gauss vomit. It's the same. It's very aim intensive.
Okay. Sounds good.
No problem, dude. I'll catch you later at some point in some matches.
Yeah, thanks, man.
See you.